What if everything you thought ended with Infinity War never truly ended at all? What if Doomsday was always hiding inside Thanos' victory, waiting for the right moment to rise? Tonight, we unravel the silent pattern buried inside shattered timelines, broken heroes, and choices that were never really free. Infinity War didn't just break the Avengers, it rewired the entire soul of the MCU. When Thor arrived in Wakanda and Thanos snapped his fingers, the universe didn't just lose half its life, it gained a new destiny. Doomsday isn't a sequel to this destruction, it's a consequence that was planted long before dust filled the air. Every Russo brothers film follows one haunting formula, a journey that reshapes a soul forever. Steve Rogers breaks his faith in institutions, Tony Stark confronts his fear of failure, and Thanos sacrifices love for balance. If history repeats itself, then Doomsday won't be about armies or explosions, but about Dr. Doom's personal descent into godhood. Thanos believed balance justified genocide, but Doom won't march with brute force. Doom calculates, manipulates, and bends reality with cold intelligence. Unlike Thanos charging into battle like a warlord, Doom will operate like a chess master, turning heroes, villains, and entire timelines into sacrificial pawns for his obsession with control. Infinity War framed Thanos as the tragic protagonist of destruction, giving him emotional justification with Gamora's death on Vormir. Doomsday will mirror this, but with a deeper wound. Doom's trauma won't forge mercy, it will forge revenge against reality itself, aimed at the very structure of existence that betrayed him. Look closely at the multiverse's unraveling, and the cracks don't begin with Kang or Wanda. They begin in Endgame, the moment Steve Rogers stayed behind. When he chose a life instead of a timeline, he didn't just create happiness, he created divergence, a secret branch that multiplied unseen until incursions became inevitable. The TVA told us timelines aren't allowed to breathe freely. Loki's escape created chaos, but Kang guided it. The Avengers thought they stole time to save the universe, but every single jump was approved by someone beyond time. Steve staying back may have been Kang's most important move of all. Kang needed chaos to anchor his control, and Steve's defiance gave him infinite branches to manipulate. That means the savior of the Avengers may also be the father of their doom. If Doom studies collapsing realities, Steve Rogers becomes a dangerous anomaly, a living fracture that threatens every universe at once. Infinity War opened cold with Thanos slaughtering Thor's people without warning. Endgame opened with Clint Barton's family disintegrating in silence. No build-up, no mercy. If Doomsday follows this tradition, it won't begin with heroes, it will begin with Doom personally destroying something sacred to someone we love. Imagine Doom standing before an aged Steve Rogers, not as an enemy of ideals, but as an executioner of consequences. The old man who broke time for love now faces the monster that time created in retaliation. Doom won't kill for spectacle. He will kill to send a message across realities. Where Thanos sought balance, Doom seeks ownership. This is where his journey grows darker than any we've seen. In comics, Doom's greatest weapon was never strength, it was stolen destiny. The idea that reality itself could belong to one will drives him toward a level of tyranny even Thanos never touched. Doctor Strange exists as Doom's most necessary contradiction. He protects reality but has already proven he will sacrifice souls to do it. When Strange handed over the Time Stone in Infinity War, he chose the only path forward, but what if that path always belonged to Doom instead of victory? Strange said he saw over 14 million futures, yet we only saw one end in success. But what if one of those futures revealed something far worse than Thanos winning? What if Strange saw a timeline where Tony Stark lived long enough to become the very thing Doom represents? Tony built weapons of salvation that nearly destroyed the world. Ultron was proof that Stark's intellect could birth extinction with good intentions. If Tony survived Endgame, his fear of cosmic threats might have driven him further into artificial godhood, evolving into a tyrant capable of multiversal domination. If Strange saw Tony become Doom in one possible future, suddenly his silence makes terrifying sense. Allowing Tony to die would not be an act of mercy, it would be an act of prevention. A billion lives traded to stop one man from becoming the ultimate god of destruction. Yet here's the burden that breaks logic. The Ancient One told us she couldn't see past her own death, so how did Strange witness the end of Endgame when the Time Stone was destroyed at the beginning of that same movie? This contradiction is not an error, it's an opportunity. Doom's arc could exploit this flaw in time itself. If Strange's visions were incomplete, distorted, or influenced by a higher power, then the future he chose may have been guided by an unseen hand. Doom might not be a result of fate, he may be the reason fate unfolded at all. The Fantastic Four post-credits scene planted another silent bomb: Franklin Richards, a child whose mind bends reality as easily as breath. Thanos needed 6 stones to rewrite existence. Doom may only need one human soul with infinite potential, hidden in plain sight beneath heroic innocence. If Doom manipulates Franklin, he doesn't conquer worlds, he inherits them. Loki claimed godhood over timelines through brute dominance. Doom will surpass that by owning the source code of reality itself. The multiverse won't obey him because it fears him, it will obey him because he becomes its architect. Now place the Avengers and the X-Men inside this approaching nightmare. 2 forces built on opposing philosophies of power, forced into collision. The multiverse fractures into battle zones, and war doesn't erupt in one location, it ignites across infinite versions of Earth at the same time. While heroes bleed across timelines, Doom won't lead armies. He will watch the chaos harvest energy, knowledge, and leverage. Every conflict weakens the controllers of reality while he strengthens his grip behind the scenes. Doomsday will not be a battlefield, it will be a harvesting ground. Spider-Man may become the most tragic piece on Doom's board. Peter trusts Strange without question. That trust could drag him straight into a devil's bargain. If Strange allies with Doom to protect existence, Peter may follow blindly, stepping into the darkness that births the Black Suit legacy. The Black Suit will not arrive as corruption, it will arrive as necessity. Survival across collapsing realities will demand power that morality cannot afford. Peter will wear the darkness not because he falls, but because he believes it is the only way to save everyone he loves from vanishing. Infinity War ended with heroes losing. Doomsday will make losing feel like winning. Doom will succeed where Thanos failed, not by erasing half of life, but by merging all life into a single dominion called Battleworld, a stitched reality built from the corpses of broken universes. Battleworld isn't just a location, it's a throne built from timelines. Doom standing above it won't look like a conqueror. He will look like a savior who did what no one else was willing to do. He will claim that only one will deserves to exist. And just like Thanos resting beneath a sunrise, Doom will believe he earned this ending. His victory will feel peaceful, justified, and horrifying in its calm. The true terror of Doomsday won't be destruction, it will be the comfort of surrender to a perfect tyrant. Infinity War taught us that destiny doesn't care about heroes. Doomsday will teach us that destiny can be rewritten by monsters who believe they are gods. Doom won't rise through chaos, he will rise through the logical failures of time, choice, and sacrifice that the Avengers left behind. Steve's shield protected timelines for decades. Tony's mind reshaped destiny through machines. Strange guarded the gates of reality. Every pillar that once held the universe upright may become a stepping stone for Doom's ascension. Their victories stacked the bricks of his throne. When the dust of Endgame settled, we believed the war was over. In truth, it was only relocated. The real war moved from battlefields into causality itself. Doomsday isn't about who fights, it's about who controls the past, present, and future simultaneously. The Russo brothers understand one chilling truth about storytelling: the greatest villains are not born from anger, they are born from sacrifice. Thanos lost Gamora. Doom may lose everything: his world, his family, his timeline, and turn loss into ownership over all that remains. By the time Doomsday reaches its final act, the MCU may no longer resemble a cinematic universe. It will resemble a shattered mosaic stitched by one will. Heroes won't fight to win anymore. They will fight to remember a reality that no longer exists. Secret Wars won't begin with explosions. It will begin with a declaration of ownership. Doom will stand before broken multiverses and announce that freedom is the lie that destroyed everything. Only order, enforced by one mind, can prevent eternal collapse. And when the heroes finally confront him, they won't be facing a tyrant blinded by ego. They will be facing a man who believes he saved everyone when no one else was strong enough to make the impossible decision. That belief will make him unstoppable. Infinity War showed us that losing can be inevitable. Doomsday will show us that winning can be catastrophic. The MCU is not building toward a final battle anymore, it's building toward a final reality. And Doom stands at the center of that future like a shadow no snap ever erased. If this hidden connection holds true, then Infinity War never truly ended. It transformed. The snap echoed across time, shaping motives, fractures, and monsters we haven't even named yet. Doomsday is not a sequel, it is the final consequence of that snap rippling forever forward. Now, the question is no longer whether Doom will rise. The question is whether anyone will remain who remembers the world before he owned it. And when Battleworld finally forms, the line between Savior and Destroyer will vanish completely. If this theory just rewired the way you see Infinity War and what's coming next, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, drop a like to power the multiverse of theories, and share this story with every Marvel fan who still thinks the snap was the end.